By the my laptop is a HP. Najua other students wananionanga.
Ulikuwa nafikiri ni MacBook. Are you putting tracking devices on children?
Kind
of.
of.
Kids playing.
If there's something you can be annoyed of carrying is a laptop. So if you buy a bulky laptop.
Nowadays we were carrying books.
Saizi kuna device utatumia kumeasure the length. Ukizunguka tu a few minutes you are done.
That's your device, the iPhone.
No, not an iPhone. There's one
I agree.
Vuka sakafu. Aje upande wa iPhones. Because you see
comfortable.
Wacha kuwa comfortable.
Oh my God, he went to London to attend a virtual meeting.
So he went to London akakaa kwa hoteli kuu. I mean, Jacob kwanza tuko kwa enzi ya iPhone. Akishakuja kwa iPhone.
Kishapikia iPhone tutakuelezea.
Maybe I'm still here.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the ones who see things differently.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Hello and welcome to TechYZ episode 4. It's already a fourth episode of 2025 series. We are excited to bring you this show. This is where we meet every week, just discuss the tech trends, look at gadgets, trending gadgets, and everything tech. The panel consists of a student, a journalist, and myself, the techprenuer. Today, I am so happy and thrilled to host this team at kilakitu.co.ke. We are recording from Kila Kitu because the show is all about devices today. So I think we are here because the fact checker wanted to confirm that we physically exist.
Yeah, indeed. My name is
karibu sana, Jacob.
Asante. My name is Jacob Mosenda. You are a tech journalist and a fact checker, giving you trends around the tech industry and news. Welcome.
And of course, the student in the show.
Hi, thank you for having me here at Kila Kitu. My name is Chirutich Rop. I am the student who is here to ask the questions you want and the ones you didn't know you wanted answers.
Karibu sana. Fittingly, of course, in the show, we want to talk about gadgets. Tumepata comments mingi.
Mob sana.
People, we have had discussions on AI, we have had discussions
very nice
on
engagements.
Tech trends 2024, 2025. And we realized that devices is a big thing.
Yeah.
People really want to know about the devices that are trending. People want to know devices that kids should use.
Yes.
People want to talk about control of devices.
Yes, sure.
So we thought that today's show, we are going to dedicate our time and we are going to have two segments today. The first segment is the usual, the usual suspects, just discussing the trends with devices. And then the second part of the show, we are going to have the digital manager, kilakitu.co.ke, Mr. Cyrus, who will answer quite some questions. Kuna maswali zimeingia.
Very nice, very nice.
So Chero will take us through that in the second session. But before we get that, let's delve straight into the topic for the day.
Yeah.
Jacob, what's your starter kit for devices?
My starter kit for devices is what I must have. First is
what do you always have?
I must have a phone for communication. As a communication person, communication is important to me. I must have a phone. Nikuwe na laptop ya kazi yangu wakati like in work I'm a journalist. Lazima nikuwe na laptop. Lazima nikuwe na saa. Wakati simu iko mbali naangalia saa.
So phone, time. Laptop, saa.
Headphones or earphones. For those who are like
Jamani journalist. Watu wanatumia AirPods. Earphones. Jamani.
I have the reason. Na sababu nasema earphones kwa sababu hauwezi kaa na earpods zaidi ya siku mbili. Earphones unaweza kaa nazo bila kucharge anytime.
Kuna chargers.
How long will you charge if you are listening to music somewhere on an online platform? How long will it take? Kizima? Yeah, I think those are my basics that I need to have.
Basic gadgets.
Yeah.
Starter pack ya Jacob, 4 things. Okay, he must have a laptop. A very good laptop.
Yes, a very good
He
laptop.
must have a watch. He must have
earphones or headset.
Earphone or headset. And what was the fourth thing?
A watch.
And he must have a watch.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. What is a student's starter pack gadgets?
Well, for students, hatunanga maneno mingi, but now tuko nayo. So my first and important one is my phone. My laptop, very important. By the way, my laptop is a HP. Najua other students wananionanga.
Au ulikuwa nafikiri ni MacBook?
Si chill. I'll come. Kila kitu naziona. Then I have AirPods. Then I have headphones. I have a power bank. And then I have a Type-C to Type-B transfer cable.
I will tell the listeners why you have a power bank, because we'll come there.
No, I think power bank is very important. For me,
Yes.
my starter pack number 1 is a power bank. Okay, power banks.
You should buy phones.
Banks.
Power banks.
Yeah.
20 mAh, Billy, 40.
Hey.
Because I think 90% on the gadgets.
Yeah.
So power banks, iWatch, iPhone, and my laptop.
So you
I
have
think
5.
that's the starter pack.
Okay.
Anytime I'm traveling, I must have that.
Okay, great.
So let's delve into some more discussion on these devices. Kuna watu ambao in the week waliuliza maswali za especially things to do with kids devices.
Yeah.
I think your topic is quite an issue. People wanting to know what are the devices for kids.
Yeah.
And kids we are looking at kuna watoi wadogo before the preteens, then kuna ma preteens.
Yeah.
So what devices are we looking at?
I think with kids we're looking mostly at their smartwatches, because for those smartwatches with parents in our Saidia na GPS, most parents can be able to track where their kids are, what the kids are doing, and even who they are with. They have recordings. So hata mtoto akiwa in trouble.
Are you putting tracking devices on children?
I mean, what's the bad thing about it? Why wouldn't you want as a parent to know what your kid is doing when
Does
you're far away?
that border on ethical issues?
Yes, on ethical issues, on tracking like access of information that is not permitted for a child that is underage, or that's very
But
important.
GPS si ya mtoto, ni ya mzazi kujua mahali mtoto wake yako. Okay, so when the moment amevaa your watch, you can already tell the whole day mahali maybe your daughter is or your son is, right? And then
And because that being very important, kuna wakati ilifika kids walikuwa wanapotea, like I think that has come the right time where, and also I think that's something that has come in place, and also regulating the kids from going far distances. Saizi sikiagi cases mingi za children lost somewhere.
Yeah, also the smartwatches can help you with kids who are young and maybe they're diabetic or have heart problems. It can be able to monitor, can help the parents monitor what the kid is doing,
those are good.
how the kid is doing during the day, even in school, even in activities they do like outside school and such places. So I think the smartwatch is a very good idea for kids. Yeah.
And Jacob, there was something I saw recently on the county feeding program.
Oh yeah.
Something about TAP.
Yeah, the Dishina County, a program of Nairobi City County, ambapo hawa watoto wa public schools wana program ya kula shuleni lunchtime. Initially it was not there, but they have a device, a watch. It's a kind of a watch, but the watch is loaded for the parent, anaload pesa ndani. Then ikifika lunchtime, the child anatap just to for the deduction to occur.
I think that is what we want tech to do,
We are heading a right direction. Yeah.
So I think so that was one.
Yeah, with the watches.
Wearables, another one, tablets.
Tablets. Now, when we talk about tablets, so like you were saying, there are tablets for preteens and for the teens.
Yeah.
So for the preteens, there are tablets.
To toddlers
Tudogo tu hivi. The ones, even you guys have them in kila kitu niliona kwa website.
Yeah, I think there's this.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah, so you guys have those tablets that help kids learn, help kids understand the basics, the 1, 2, 3s, the ABCs. And then these kids in these tablets, parents are able to control what they're doing.
Very important.
They are able to see the content the kids are watching. They are able to put a stop when the kids are overdoing it. Nowadays kids alpha ukiwapea tablet watakaa nayo hadi saa 8 usiku wakiwatch.
Okay.
So parents are able to control hii ikifika hii masaa no screen time, which is a very good thing.
Lakini pia
I think as Chero was saying, I think even before you get to the, you see kuna hawa watoto, this these very, very young kids.
Yeah.
You're talking of 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, to toddlers.
Toddlers,
to
but you don't want to give them gadgets which, you know, they are poking.
Yeah.
But you have these very simple, you know, tablets.
Yeah.
And they can draw, they can learn
They can
to,
start
you
to
know,
learn
to
how
scribble
to
and all that.
yeah, even hold a pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, nilikuwa nasema kwa hiyo point ya Chero, like hiyo Gen Alpha siku hizi wamekuwa more investigative, yani wanajua vitu mingi.
Yeah.
Hizo parental controls zinasaidia sana sana for kids, like apps zenye hawafai kuaccess.
Yeah.
Tuseme kwa mfano kama YouTube, kutumia ile YouTube ya watoto than hii YouTube ya watu wazima yenye haina regulations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Control hata cookies and ads that come in that are not for kids. You know, there are ads that zinatumangwa pale, even you wonder, oops, sorry, but even you wonder which kind
Those
of
are kids playing.
even you wonder which kind of content is this being shared around.
Yeah.
So it also helps them avoid the cookies. It helps them avoid all those things that would be a bit too
All
much
right,
for
entertainment, kids
Yeah.
entertainment, headphones, earphones with noise cancellations and adjustable volumes.
Yeah. For that, I really like that concept because there are places at family gatherings or such things when you don't even want your kids to hear some things that adults are saying. You can easily just, I'm sorry to say this is a bad way of thinking it, but unaweza insert hizo headphones and you will cancel everything around the kids.
Yeah.
Also, you can control how they listen.
Yes.
Because kuna watoto wanataka blast their ears.
Save volume levels.
Yes,
Save
they want to
volume
blast
levels.
their ears and they don't know it's not good for them, you
Yeah,
know? So
yeah.
even parents can still be able to control these things using those headphones and such things. Yeah.
All right.
So-
Then we have beginner coding kits.
That is for the teens.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is where they have gadgets and tablets that have applications that can help them code and learn how to code. Even give them schooling like Coursera and such places where they can easily learn small
I think
coding
that's
things.
now the next level tablets.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
The-
think next
the
level
higher
tablets,
level, yes.
because we started with the lower ones. These were you 2 years, 3 years. Then I think the next level tablets would be those which now have been programmed,
Yes.
or they have been prefitted with
Yeah,
programs. Which
there's
kids
one
can
I know,
use.
it's called a Limu tablet. Kids
Yeah.
even have apps that have exams.
Yes,
One
we
is a
have
revised
that
now.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So such things are really nice for the upcoming generation. Just needs control and policies.
And I think as we finish on the kids, we have the e-reading tablets, the e-readers.
E-readers, e-reading books online that they can access online and also the e-books.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're very good for the kids.
All right, now moving to the next stage, whether in high school, whether in universities, I think this is, I guess, one of the area where tablets are in total demand,
Yeah.
gadgets in total demand from
Yeah.
entertainment, school, gaming, you know.
Every bit of gadgets
Teenagers
is mixed in
and
that institution.
young adults
Yeah.
in universities.
Yes. So like when we look at schools, especially with my colleagues and such people, I have friends with different types of gadgets. There are friends of mine who really love gaming. They have good gaming laptops. Friends of mine who really
So we can
like...
start with laptops then.
Yes.
What kind of laptops are we looking at?
So when we're talking about laptops, there are different categories of which someone wants. Someone is a designer and they really like designing. They have a laptop they can easily design with, right? And then someone is a gamer and they like gaming. They have a laptop they can be able to game with. But then again, there's another category for like coders. People who code their laptops, they need that can carry in the applications which are kind of heavy
So
for the laptop.
what do you look for in a laptop as a student? And for viewers, I think we are going to have the second session where we're going to have Kila Kitu Digital Manager.
Yeah.
We'll bring him on the show and he'll talk about the prices, you know, and the technical bits of it.
Yes.
But what do you look for in a gadget as a student?
Okay.
Portability, is it, you know, funkiness, is it speed? What are you looking for?
Like we said at first, you first have to have an intention on why you're buying the laptop. So say maybe for me, I'll give an example of me. I am an IT student, right? And I need a laptop that can process fast, that can carry in and store in information quickly, and one that can be able to handle the applications I am installing. So for me, I need a fast processor, maybe a Core i7, Core i9 hapo, a good generational computer. Tongele generation kama 7 to 10, 11, that's fair. Then we go into storage. We can get first a good memory, like maybe an 16 GB, because mine I need a big memory. and then big storage like 512. That's a good package for a student. And
Any
like,
consideration on size, or I mean, you don't
oh
want it.
yeah, for sure, because hey, let me tell you, these things can be bulky. If there's something you can be annoyed of carrying is a laptop. So if you buy a bulky
But
laptop,
nowadays we were carrying books. I mean, can you
Jamani,
compare?
let me tell you,
I think it's an issue.
students
The
nowadays.
lazy generation, you call it the lazy generation. Where
No, you
carrying
can't
heavy
say
things-
that, Jacob. Tuseme, we are the progressed generation that believe it's good to carry a lighter laptop that can do everything for you. Yeah.
Price
so
point.
Price
Although we
point.
will have the discussion on prices with the on the second
It's
session.
relative. I don't want to be so specific, but like I know even in Kila Kitu, I was going through the app the other day. Nikaona, you guys have a very fair price from like 15,000 all the way as it stretches into the 40, 60,000. So depending with someone's budget, they can always get something for themselves.
Okay, devices, not just laptops and tablets.
Yeah.
We have phones, big element of devices.
Yeah.
You know, phones and note-taking features, AI features. We've been talking about AI.
Yeah.
What gadgets are trending?
What
in
gadgets
this
are
category?
trending? Now, the other day, I even wanted to tell you guys this story. So I was with my friends hapo kwa student section, and then I realized ilifika time ya class and they all looked at their watches and smiled at each other. So mimi sina smartwatch. Tafadhali viewers, help me. But
No, we have
Jacob,
I think Valentine is approaching. You can buy Chero this.
I'm
I will
scared. Hiyo
consider.
ni
I
ya
will consider
kids.
to budget.
Hiyo ni ya kids.
This wearable.
Anyway, so like so for that I watch for them. They have an how do I say this, a group for the whole of us when you work on iWatch. So anytime class gets there, na ujafika, it reminds all of you at the same time. So I found that to be so interesting. I was like, damn, it's so interesting how we all looked at each other because of technology. And those are the kind of trends that are keeping us going. And maybe new laptops, the ones that are coming in with more power, they're less bulky, such things. They're making
Talking
us
about
happy.
power banks are, nowadays it's, a companion,
Yeah.
largely because of storage. Not all phones can keep as much power.
Yeah.
And again, also because of the type of phones that we have.
Yes.
Any consideration?
In terms of phones,
Power banks.
power banks, I think it's the issue of how many devices can it charge. Like at a time, the mAh, there's a 10,000 one. There's a
Sorry, guys.
There's a 20,000 mAh.
Yeah.
The 20,000 can charge around 4 times a phone, and the 10,000 mAh can charge around 2 times. There's a 5,000 mAh that can charge.
So
only
come
once.
again, because that is important. So this 10,000 mAh.
That can charge at least twice.
So 10,000 mAh charges a phone 2 times.
Yes.
2 times.
Na
We
hii
have-
hii ni 3,000 by the way. Hii najua hiyo ni
It's
3,000.
Very
power
cheap.
banking.
We have the 20,000 mAh can charge 4 times a phone.
Hii ni kama ile battery ya gari ukibeba ni kikubwa.
Yeah.
Ehe.
Then we have the 5,000 ones, and they, as we progress, they keep on advancing. You can charge even 10 times. Yeah. So the issues of the number of mAh, it depends where your pocket lies, and also the quality of the equipment you want.
All right. Also, talking of storage, we've talked about storage of power, storage of data. And I mean, because you talked about, laptops that have huge storage and
Yes.
all, but there are cloud solutions. And just before we go now to the other segment of people who are working, still on students,
Yeah.
what are the considerations?
Okay, first of all, before we go deeper into the storage of the cloud, mtu akinunua laptop, there's also a consideration of hard disk and then an SSD. So when you choose an SSD, you're at a higher advantage, although it's a bit more expensive. But an SSD would be more faster, would be more efficient than a HDD. But then again,
That question has been asked severally. I
Yes.
think on social media.
but I think we should
once we bring Cyrus on the show, in
tuulize
the second
manager
part,
tupatie.
we're going to ask him.
Yeah.
And also the SSD and HDD affects mostly, when you come to our field, you'll understand it affects us most in terms of the task that we perform, which types of the softwares that you need, or
Yeah.
the HDD or the SSD.
So as you choose that also, you have a choice of buying cloud space. buying cloud space is where you buy storage from the clouds, literally the clouds, but like you buy storage and you're able to save your things online. One advantage of these things is that you can never lose this data.
Yeah.
In as much as maybe laptop yako ita crash or anything will happen to it, you can never lose that data. I think that's the best part and the final part about it.
And it's not only for students. We also use the, like my devices, vitu zangu za personal documents, natunza for example kama Google Drive, uko like all footages, kuna certain footage huwezi share na email. Kwa hivyo lazima uweke kwa Drive, we share the link.
Okay.
All right, I think that is very insightful on the, the students. Let's move and talk about the workplace. I think today, in the fast-paced digital world, it is not, it is not just a necessity, but it is a companionship. If you have to be and to survive in the workplace, quite a number of gadgets that you must have. So looking at the workspace, all the way from, accountants, technicians, mercenaries, what gadgets and devices, we're talking of devices, must you and are you looking at?
Kwanza, wacha nikupatie kidogo historia kidogo. In the 1980s, you found that the issues of bulky desktops were, and calculators were normal at that time. Then in the issues of 2000s, the issues of laptops and smartphones came in. Then in the 2010s, the issues of smartwatches and wearables and other gadgets started coming in. And they came to simplify more, kufanya kazi kwe rahisi zaidi. So tukiongelea in the workplaces, various industries na various departments natumia various devices. Kwa mfano nikianza na masuala ya wanahabari, kwa mfano mambo ya kamera, like the DSR and the mirrorless cameras that are coming in to replace those heavy machines. Like unapata kuna transition, kuna zile mzito na the mirrorless camera iko na less features and they are smaller in size in a way. Tuko na mambo ya kurecord like audio devices, kwa mfano tuzungumzie kama lapel mics au tuzungumzie hii microphone ya kawaida hizi za kanisa, unaona. Kwa hivyo it is transitioning. Tukienda sekta ingine, kwa mfano tuseme healthcare, kuna hizi devices za telemedicine kits zenye zina detect a certain disease or a patient, diagnosing a patient, unaona. Tukizungumzia masuala ya ujenzi na survey, a lot of things have been evolving. Kitambo tulikuwa tunatumia futi kupima length ya shamba, for example you want to sell a plot. Sasa hizi kuna device utatumia ku measure the length, ukizunguka tu a few minutes you are done.
That's your device, the iPhone.
No, not an iPhone. There's one
I agree.
There's one that is specifically made for such things. Tukienda upande wa agriculture,
hii simu yako iko na measure, iko nayo?
Yangu haina, lakini naweza nikaweka.
Yangu iko nayo.
Tunaweza ku-upgrade.
Yeah, tunataka tu upgrade.
I can download niko comfortable na I don't want to hold my power bank every time and again. Tukienda upande wa agriculture, kuna early detection software zenye zinatumika kudetect weather patterns ambazo zinawasaidia wakulima kujua the planting season, the harvesting season, and also a lot of things. Pumps, the likes of pumps. Kitambo we were using irrigation manually. Sasa hizi kuna pumps zenye zinaweza pump maji from the source to the farms and so on.
And the interesting part is I saw there's one that actually automates in terms of time. So kama ni kila siku saa tatu itaweka maji.
Exactly.
If you're there or not.
Yeah.
Tukitoka kwa upande wa ukulima, we come now to the issues of banks, pesa sasa. Bank and financing issues. There are mobile apps that are making things simpler. It's not a must to go to the bank. Una download to app yako ya bank kwa simu yako and you can make your transaction in any way. Kuna other devices that are used in safety, face recognitions, like kusaidia like ku keep your account safe. Sio tu banks peke yake, pia simu. Kuna face detection, kuna fingerprints that are keeping things more safer. Yeah, I think it's very wide.
Okay.
All right. I think there's quite a bit on those devices. Even for us here, they are very simple ones like ergonomic laptop stands. Okay. Simple gadgets that make work easier and make using tablets and gadgets much easier. We have smart note-taking tablets. I think in the first episode we discussed, some of the things that are being wiped out by technology.
Yeah.
Diary was one of them. But I want us to now talk about, let's get futuristic.
Okay.
I think that's...
But before we go there, I'm sorry to interrupt.
come.
Nilikuwa na a viewer asking a question. His name is Mulongo. So he's asking, on security with gadgets, what's the term of security with gadgets, insurance, and other considerations? I understand that what he's asking is, tunabuy hizi gadgets very expensive, right? So like, what are the insurances we can implement to make sure, in as much as you're buying a gadget so expensive, if anything happens to it, it is insured. Now you will not have to go back to your pockets and cough another 200K to get a machine you wanted for so long. So what are you guys looking at in terms of hizo maneno?
Well, I think that's a good one. In the progressive discussions, we'll bring on experts and panel discussions on ways to even secure ourselves. Data security, we said, would be one of the things we have a discussion on. But I think on the gadgets, over and above the insurances that we have, quite a number of insurances that we have to protect our gadgets. But it's also important for individuals to know how to simply safeguard.
True.
Issues of passwords, for example. Issues of control of your gadgets.
Even how you take care of it. Don't put it near fluids. Don't do...
taking care of gadgets. Make it difficult for someone. I know people can steal gadgets and flash them out and all, but make it difficult for somebody. Encrypt your data. We'll talk about data encryption. Password your gadgets. All right. And especially for people who are always on the move. Insure your gadgets. I think insurance is 2,000, 1,000, but it will save you a lot. In that unlikely situation where you lose your gadget.
But apart from insurance, you can consider, unaona pia kuna kwenye unatoa devices zako, kuna zile devices hazikupatiagi warranty, yani entities hazikupatiagi warranty.
Wakuje kila kitu. Just story wakuje kila kitu.
Sisi tuko na warranty.
Ukipatana na mtu online, like umebuy kitu online, hauna warranty ya hiyo kitu. Ndivyo umebuy, umetransact, imeisha hivyo. Ukienda ufike kwa nyumba, device yako iharibike ni hivyo. Like visit a physical shop, now you see their warranty or how they operate in terms of when there's a breakage on ukienda device yangu ipate shida nitafanya nini.
I think the other thing and I think this is why we always tell Jacob vuka sakafu aje upande wa iPhones because you see
comfortable,
wacha kuwa comfortable. You see with the whole Apple family, okay, you have an iWatch, and Apple has really invested in their gadgets on this. You're able to with I find my Apple, find my laptop, find my watch, find my whatever.
AirPods, find my...
You are able to, if you lose your gadget, you can see wherever it is. Okay? Kama uko na AirPods na umeziacha nyumbani na umefika mahali unataka kujua iko wapi, you can use one of the gadgets that you have. Na unaangalia. Okay? And you can even make a sound. Whatever it is, in a make sound. Okay? So Jacob,
but it's an issue of just downloading a software that
with Apple you don't have to download it. So with Apple you don't have to download the softwares. Okay, so I think that is also another way you safeguard and you protect your gadget.
Okay.
All right, so we were going futuristic.
The future of
gadgets. We have looked at the gadgets we need. All right, from the basic for children and education. For us in terms of laptops and the things that you need at workplace, the gadgets that we want, those aspirational ones. What about the futuristic? What are these, aha moments in gadgets that we are looking up to?
So well, for me, I'll look at it mostly in a perspective of how my colleagues and I talk about gadgets. We were trying to do something the other day in school. Print, when you're trying to print these project papers and have them for... Anyway, it was just a research thing. So as we were trying to print, we had a problem because in school we are sharing like only 3 cybers in the whole school. And these PDF documents needed to be printed. Now as we were going to print it, kukakuwa na shida na cables za iyo printer. So I was thinking to myself, why don't these guys just invest on a digital printer where we don't need to use cables when they spoil it. Now our whole lives have stopped. You get, like, I would want a digital printer where they just get there and they tell me,
Better
send
still,
it.
why do you have to print?
Yeah.
I mean, better still,
Yeah.
futuristic.
But you see,
Yeah.
again, when you look at it even in an office place, there are documents that you need to print to take to certain offices. Sindio?
But no, that's what we are talking about. Futuristic. Remember last week we had that discussion about this. You know, I think it was you, about the marking sheets.
Yeah.
Where teachers in China
They just scan
wanapitisha tu
Wanapitisha.
cha, ina scan
Yeah.
na inapatia student marks.
Yeah.
And now here we are talking about we want to print.
No, like, but the reason I was saying this was because there are documents where you need to pick a document, right? And take it to the other side.
But we are being futuristic. We don't need documents.
Gee, let
But
me
also,
put
let
it.
me also oppose Chero on that, because the reason why also I unga you mkono on that we don't need the documents for printing. Like hata kama ni examination administering, inafika wakati tuko na gadgets, devices, tuko na laptops. Why can't we invest in a technology where hata kama ni mtihani, we just use our laptops and submit the questions? Ndio kuna cheating ya kwenda online. Why can't we come with the encrypted data yenye na prevent kwenda kwa Google wakati you're in an exam room? That's possible.
You know,
the other nations that
Vile Chero anasema, there's an African president who went to London to attend a virtual meeting that was being hosted in the UK.
Oh my God, he went to London to attend a virtual meeting.
You know, so he went to London akakaa kwa hoteli kuu. I mean, it's the story with the printing
like,
papers.
dude.
So why do we have invested in all these gadgets so that we can print? You know, we if we want to embrace technology, let's push the limit and just, you know, futuristically, this is what we want to do.
Okay,
we want to
then
be able to...
I would want to divert my point. On the medical side, one thing I'm really looking forward to is the time when, as we were saying, like, parents can be able to monitor their kids, especially those who have health issues and such things. We talk about someone who's aged, kuna watu wenye wako aged and they need caregivers, and these caregivers sometimes they're human, sindio? There are times wanaweza chelewa even with 1 second to like give them their medicine, na inaweza wa affect a big time, you know. So I was thinking of a way that would have a wearing system where this aged or the people who are not feeling well would be able to be put, say diabetic, anaekewa insulin directly, so every time of the medicine, time yake ikifika, hiyo dawa tu inajiingiza kwa mwili directly. It wouldn't need this person to be here.
That's on the same kwa hiyo ya Chero.
There's
a research that states that by the year 2030 kutakuwa na over 50 billion devices and for components like health ambazo zinahitaji attention, like si lazima kila mtu travel kwenda hosi ndio aenda apate matibabu. Kuna online doctor services that zenye unaweza pata kama daktari, you get guidance and alafu unapewa description ya dawa, just go around and also delivery pia si lazima uende kwa duka, you get
hata watu wako asthmatic, think about it like that. Mtu wako asthmatic anaenda kukuwa na too much attack
Sasa mimi what I see in terms of being futuristic, one thing is brain computer interfaces. Okay, we get to a point where you have, and I saw Elon Musk suggesting something like that. A chip, unawekwa ka chip kwa akili that will now, you know, brain controlled interface. So it is connected, you're just walking. You're thinking about something, it is sending, you know, messages to
different devices.
To different devices.
You are once you are born, something is.
We are talking futuristic. Si now unakatwa kidogo, unafanya operation, unaingishwa ka chip. Okay? Sasa ka chip iko connected to your brain.
So
I mean, we are talking about futuristic.
What you are thinking is sent to somewhere else, like
to what?
Yes,
to
ina
the
control.
device it
Unaangalia
needs to
kitu
do
macho
what?
inaambia hii kitu fungua mlango nipite. Okay, but I think first of all,
I can't wait for this.
With this AI enhanced smart glasses.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's there is.
That one there is. You know, even for navigation and sight and all that. So we are saying, if I mean, this session we are just being futuristic. I mean, it is not anything that is there. But if we are able to get to that point we are just looking at 10, 15 years from now.
Yeah.
What is the power of technology? Where is it most likely to have taken us?
I see.
Once we do away with printing term papers.
Where we can only scan and have the document with you. Also, I see from my side.
Holographic displays, for
Yes.
example. I mean, I think in the next 5, 10 years, we're going to do away with TVs.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't have to carry a physical TV and mount it. You are hapa tuko holographic, and we can all kitu itatokea hapa, and we are
Na
able
pia
to.
kwa TV unaona mmesema like ni upgrade kutoka hii niende kwa iPhone. Kwa TV lazima ukuwe na camera ambayo umerecord ndio upeleke kwa TV. Na pia mimi I see like there's a time a camera I think haitakuwa kitu more of essence, because kama ni stand tuko na tripods za simu na simu zinazidi ku evolve where you not need a camera that you must record news and take the nani. Pia as a backup ikifika same like tulikuwa tuna record like we are recording TechYZ podcast, cameras zimefika zimezima zote. You can come up, chukua iPhone ya Chero, chukua iPhone ya G, chukua iPhone ya mwingine,
Na
we
Jacob
put
pia.
them, na yangu pia, we record the episodes.
Talking of iPhones. Yake itaachwa.
Pia yangu itachukua behind the scenes photos.
I think the last one for me on the future would be a personal thing I would want.
Okay.
You know, like autonomous personal assistants. You know, on robotics, where you can have, a real conversation with,
A robot.
a robot, assign tasks,
Make them remind you of tasks.
remind you tasks, undertake some tasks, deliver some things.
Yes.
So you just program, but because you see, we program our diaries today, but you still have to go and check. You have to remember to check and do the actions.
Yeah.
But you get to a point where you can program and you ask the robotic assistants to undertake the tasks.
Yeah.
But also we have some of them. We have Google calendars. You can set Google
But
calendars.
again,
and
you
alarm.
are the one who will have to go back.
You'll have to go to
You have
Google and
alarm.
check.
You have alarm. You can
Yes,
set
Again,
but
alarm.
you
will
have
go
to
back
go
to
and check the
Google. Google Sheets, mark your ticks, do
You'll-
this, say I did
listen,
that,
I'm saying,
I did those.
you'll set on Google Sheet.
But a
on
robot
date
will do
10,
it
I have a meeting.
automatically.
Then on date 10,
But
set
you
an
don't need to
alarm.
go for the meeting yourself. The robot will do it.
Alright.
You see, it's a personal assistant. That there's going to be a meeting at this time. So you attend, you will take the minute, it will do A, B, C, D, it will,
We have several of them. We have Author AI. Like recently, I've been in a meeting. We have Author AI that takes
But you're
meeting,
the one who
summarizes
tells
for you.
AI to do this.
You
This,
see,
this
sasa Jacob
robot.
kwanza tuko kwa enzi ya iPhone. Akishakuja kwa iPhone.
Kishafikia iPhone tutakuelezea.
Okay. Let me upgrade. Then I will come your level. Maybe I'm here. I'm still here.
Hiyo ndio shida.
I'll
All
have
right,
to change.
guys. I think, technology is evolving at an insane pace.
Yeah.
I mean, every week we sit here, we have some discussion on, what is trending, what are the issues around tech. One of the things that we all agree, we may not all agree on which is the best gadget, which is the best devices for personal use. But one thing we all agree is that technology is, moving at a very fast pace.
Yes.
Gadgets which are necessary today will not be necessary tomorrow.
Unfortunately.
But again, there are devices that are necessary today and they will not be overtaken tomorrow.
Yes, and there are those, devices which will last many years.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we keep saying and we keep emphasizing is whatever the devices, whatever the technology, for us is you have to keep on learning.
Yeah.
We have to keep on changing. We have to keep on moving with the times.
Yes.
Because it is not a one-time learn and get settled.
No.
You have to keep on learning.
Yeah.
You go to school, you finish. By the time you finish your program, something else has come up.
Yeah, sure.
So for us in the show, we will always have this discussion every week. We meet, just have a talk on what is trending. And thank you so much to our viewers. You are really enriching our discussion because we are having conversation on the things that you want to talk about, the things that you want to hear. And this week, there was a lot of conversation about devices.
Yes.
We have a couple of questions that were asked, and guys want to know about prices, where we can get them, and quite a number of questions which, Chero will take us through in the second part of this episode.
Yes.
So we're going to take a break. Na tukirudi, tuna host digital manager wa kila kitu, Mr. Cyrus. He is going to answer a couple of questions that have come from you. But keep watching and please keep giving us a feedback. Welcome back to part 2, episode 4, TechYZ podcast. We are glad and we are live from kilakitu.co.ke. Manzi, leo hii show imebamba. This show was kwa sababu ya watu walisema tunataka kujua juu ya devices, tunataka kuambiwa juu ya gadgets za watoto, gadgets za students. So that's why we have the recording at kilakitu.co.ke, and today we are lucky and privileged to have our digital manager, Mr. Cyrus.
Welcome to Kila Kitu.
Karibu kwa show.
Yeah.
Manzi, kuna maswali mingi.
Chero, I think hapa tuna
maswali tu. Tulipata maswali. We had asked guys to engage us.
Yeah.
From the first 3 episodes, and then it appears that people really want to discuss devices. So let's delve into it in the show.
Sawa. So I'm gonna go directly to the questions.
Chimazi, si kwanza we introduce Cyrus, manzi.
Oh, pole sana, makosa ni yangu. This is Cyrus. Cyrus is the digital manager of kilakitu.co.ke. Nimekuacha nje mahali. Do you want to say
sawa.
Uko poa? Okay, great. Now let me dive to the questions. Kuna mtu hapa anaitwa Mogesi. He asked, what's the difference between SSD and HDD?
Okay, hiyo ni swali ya maana sana. Naweza taka nikuwe na physical.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice one.
So this is an SSD.
Okay.
Yep. This is an SSD. The difference between SSD and HDD, the main one is speed. This is faster compared to the HDD one.
Okay.
Yep.
So first of all, what are they?
They are storage.
Laptops,
storage devices. Yeah. So laptops mostly are the new ones zinakuja na this type of storage. These are an SSD, and these are hard disk laptop.
Wacha tuanze na kazi ya storage. Unajua kuna mtu anaocha nataka tu understand. What is the function number 1?
Function ni kustore data.
Yeah. So hii ndio laptop basically.
Hii ndio data yako inaingia hapa operating system.
So hii kitoka laptop hakuna.
Hii kitoka data yako inaenda.
Data.
Yeah.
Yote.
Yeah, data yako yote inaenda.
Okay.
Yep. So the good thing with the SSD, I've said.
So difference yake kubwa ni nini? Bona why I think hiyo ndio watu wanataka kujua. What is the difference? Na inamaanisha does it have any meaning ama tu ni unaweza operate na yoyote?
The SSD is faster as compared to the hard disk. First. And it's also durable.
Okay.
Despite being expensive, it's preferred by most users of laptop because you can access data faster as compared to a hard disk. Unajaribu kufungua sijui file fulani inakaa sana bila kufunguka.
Yeah. So hiyo ni shida ya so kama uko na laptop unafungua kitu na kanazunguka tu
pale. Yeah.
So hiyo ni issue ya hiyo ni issue ya nini? Ni ya memory ama ni issue ya storage?
Hiyo ni storage, both. Yeah, but when you try to access your files, unapata a laptop yenye iko na hard disk kama desktop ina take time as compared to the one with an SSD.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tuseme mtu ambaye ako na biashara ka establishment hivi, not very big, a small medium ka enterprise, so what would you advise them? Kama wako na laptops, kama wako na computer, should they upgrade? Is it upgradable ama lazima uze machine yote?
So for the SSD it's upgradable. Storage ni upgradable. Kuja hapa Kila Kitu utapata from 128 to 128 to 1 TB. Kuna 128 GB. SSD GB ya. Kuna 256 na kuna 1 TB na 512.
So mtu akitaka ku-upgrade, una upgrade machine na data yako unatoa kwa moja unaweka kwa ingine.
Yeah. And you can always even unaweza partition kama storage ni kama unaweka disk 1 2 3 hivyo ndio at least upange data yako fiti.
So mtu akitaka ku-upgrade from the old ama tuseme yako na HDD anataka SSD. First of all, is it possible and how much is it?
Yeah, it's possible. For the laptop kama iko na slot mbili, kama ni moja unaweza upgrade. Unaweza ongeza kama iko na slot mbili unaongeza ya maybe ya 512, nyingine unaweka 256. Kama ni desktop kuna zile zinakuja na slot ya SSD. So you can unaweza kaeka hapo desktop hizi za 8 gen za 16 kupanda juu ziko na hiyo slot.
Yeah, bado unaweza kuwa na hard disk na SSD.
Bei range ya bei hivi ya bei bei ya mwananchi hivi
1500 utapata SSD ya 128 SSD. Yeah.
Na 256
256 utapata na 2500. Ya 512 utapata na 5000. Na hard disk kama ni ya desktop utapata na 1000 ya 1 TB.
Oh, okay. Sawa. Alafu mimi niko na swali lingine. Sasa inauliza tu kama mtu tu anataka kujua ukitaka kuchange SSD ama HDD, alafu uchange, alafu unaona laptop yako inaanza kukuletea mashida, ina crash. Shida ni gani?
Shida inakuwa sana ni speed na health ya SSD.
Oh.
Yeah.
shida ya
So most of the time if the health iko chini, iko maybe 70, unapata chenye iko kwa hiyo laptop haiwezi weza kuhandle na hiyo health hiyo SSD. So at the same time,
so what is recommended, kwa sababu kuna watu wengi ambao wamekuwa kituuliza maswali especially ya story ya machines ambazo ziko slow. Nasema kama kuna programs zingine hazichukui, kama iko 4th generation, iko 5th generation, what can you advise those who are viewing?
So first advice is kwanza mjue RAM, the memory haihusiani mali yote na being fast. Hiyo ni that's the memory. And then the SSD comes in ile part ya
Na memory ziko gapi na gani na gani?
Memory kuna 4GB RAM, kuna 8GB RAM, kuna 16.
Sawa, na hizo they have got nothing to do with
Yeah.
speed.
Hiyo ni akili ya
machine.
hiyo ni akili.
Haya,
So speed inaingilia part ya processor. So machines with processor maybe let's say Pentium Silver hawezi compare na machine iko na maybe Intel Core 7 ama Intel Core 9. So you'll find a machine with let's say Intel Silver, Pentium Silver iko slow, haiwezi run task ama software zinahitaji speed iko juu. Yeah. But a machine with an Intel Core 5 iko relatively good.
Okay.
Na sasa customer akitaka kujua hizi vitu zote, kila kitu, how do you help? Kwa sababu unajua kuna mtu anajua mimi ni student nataka naingia first year. What program do you have kuelezea mtu needs zake, ku understand needs ni gani ili recommend ile machine anahitaji?
So ukikuja kila kitu, we have to ask you unaenda kutumia machine ya kazi gani? Kama wewe ni student unasomea nini? Because kuna student anasomea accounting, hizi anahitaji machine anahitaji machine iko na vitu mingi. Student wa IT kuna zile specs lazima tu advise. Unahitaji ina hii. Student wa architecture, mtu anasomea maybe graphic design, we have to advise hii machine iko na graphics side ya 4GB itaweza kufanya hizo, and even test. Tunakadi hizo kama ni hizo softwares, we test for you and recommend the best.
Hebu tupatie range ya Studio hivi laptop cost.
Studio bei ya 17,000 utapata a machine ni ina match specs zile maybe shule wana recommend. Machine iko na Intel Core 5, 8GB RAM ya 7th generation. For example, a ProBook for 30GB5 iko na hizo specs na kupatia na 17,000.
Na sasa wale wa juu kiasi hivi.
So wale wa juu kiasi for the refurbished one utapata na 30,000 to 20,000 hapo. Hapo utapata machine hadi touch screen. Brand ya Dell, HP, Lenovo utapata a nice machine. Hadi Apple iko nazo.
Alafu leo discussion yetu imekuwa mambo ya devices, sio tu laptops peke yake. So what range ya devices za entertainment hivi start a kit ya entertainment ya student?
So at kila kitu tuko na entertainment gadgets from headphones, gaming pads, we have the gaming PCs. Hizo bado zinafall kwa hiyo category. For the headphones we have gaming headphones and also hizi zenye ziko na hadi noise cancellation. Earpods pia zenye ziko na noise cancellation, ziko na hadi environmental noise cancellation. So ukivisit pale kwa app ama kwa website unaweza kuziona hizo entertainment ziko kwa category tumeiweka under entertainment.
Pia leo katika discussion yetu asubuhi part 1 there was a bit of discussion around kids gadgets, a lot of discussion around like portable and wearable smartwatches za watoi, vitu kama tablets. What range do you have and what can they do?
So for the tablets Saizi tume advance sana. Lazima mtoto akuwe na tablet hadi ata demand. So budget ya 5,000 utapata tablet mzuri. Inakuja na iko na slot ya SIM card
5,000.
5,000.
So with 5,000 itapata iPad ya mtoto.
Si ya iPad.
Unajua sasa unajua language huko tunajua iPad ya mtoto.
Hapana.
Lakini unajua tunaiita iPad.
Kuna brand kama Modio, Elimu Tab, there zingine zinaitwa Baby Tab. Zina fall kwa hiyo budget ya
5,000. Yeah. So 5,000 ya mtoto inaweza fanya kazi gani hivi?
So inakuja na pre-installed games zenye zita engage mtoi pale. Bado ni Android, so anaweza download other things kwa Play Store.
Na mzazi yako na control ya apps na gadget, kwa sababu unajua one of the things that parents are really keen, especially when it comes with tablets and gadgets for kids.
We were even speaking about it in the previous episodes.
Yeah, we've had quite some discussion on that. Is control, the applications and the devices. So what control do you have for that?
So the parent is able, ataweza control the kind of content mtoto anaweza kutumia. So the tablets have that function in it. And also they can even maybe to limit the kind of the time that mtoto anatumia tablet, asikae sijui hadi saa 8 za usiku
na watch.
So unaweza mlimitia.
Yeah, because one of the things that parents are having a very big issue is the parents want to flow with the technology vibe, but the issue is, how do I control this? The kids are becoming more powerful to the parents. So the question is, how do we assist them to make the right choices with the tablets?
Aina vitu kama time out. Unajua mimi wana iPhone nakwambianga it's almost sleep time. It's almost
ziko nayo. And even when you come to the shop, kibai na kuonyesha how to set time yenye anatumia, sleep time, and also try and classify the apps zenye anafaa kutumia na zenye maybe hafai kutumia.
Okay, great. Now because we have really discussed on these devices, ningependa tuonyeshe devices mko nazo huku na the types of devices that you guys interact with a lot.
I think as Cyrus does that, I think one of the things is we've had a discussion again earlier in the show on the types of devices.
Yes.
Na tukasema broadly there are 4 categories of the laptops and
devices.
The tablets.
Yeah.
Tukasema there are tablets,
Kuna laptops.
Kuna laptops, kuna all-in-ones, alafu kuna the complete units.
Yeah.
And of course the tablets ni the easy to portable. Okay, the model inajulikana, sijui kwa nini zinaitwa, ni kama blue band ile iPad ya watoto, iPad ya Android, so the most common word is iPad, but of course they are not all iPads. iPad is one model, but these are the tablets. They are easy to access. You can use it on the go.
Okay.
You can access especially for social media, or if you just want to browse easily. And this inakuanga very easy to handle. Haiwezi beba vitu mingi sana, it is limited.
Okay.
Then of course there are the laptops. I think laptop is the most common. We have a big range of laptops. Laptops, the wide range. And these ones will, kutoka what Cyrus was telling us, those are 10,000, 15,000, all the way mpaka Mac for 200 and 300,000.
Yeah.
So then these are now the laptops. Okay. Of course kuna the all-in-one units. Hiyo ni ile sasa the processing unit and the monitor ni moja. Ni kama hizi MacBooks, iMacs.
Yeah.
And these ones can be as huge as an iMac, kama zile zinatumika for movies and all. Then of course the last one is hizo sasa computer yenye tumezoea. The complete, kuna monitor hapa na kuna processing unit. So I think that is the main 4 categories of
okay. Sasa
devices.
with this range that you have given us, zote ziko ndani ya kila kitu, na mtu akiingia kwa app atapata hadi na bei na kila kitu.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's another question someone here called Njugusha Liuliza, and he was asking, how do we know that we shall not be scammed or conned if we order from kila kitu?
Okay, that's the reason why we have this physical shop.
Okay.
Yeah. Because shop wale watu wana shop wako na ile uoga, hawataki kugongwa. Unajua saa hizi unaingia pale, maybe I don't want to mention, unaingia pale kwa shop ya mtu IG, anakuambia lipa tunaleta, and that hiyo happen.
Okay.
So for us, once you shop from the app, we guarantee delivery free within Nairobi.
You guys produce receipts too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Products zetu zinakujadi na warranty.
Wow.
So you don't have to usiworry ati sijui laptop ikifika, sijui ati bora tu iko within your 6 months. Kama ni mpya ni 1 year.
Na mtu asitampa na laptop. Akiona amefungua iko na shida, arudishie Cyrus.
Yeah.
So sio unasema tu laptops. Nafikiria nauza vitu mingi kuliko laptops.
I'm sorry. Yeah, of course, like with any device that has a warranty, mtu asitampa.
Vitu zote zina warranty ama tu ni laptops?
Why kila kitu iko na warranty.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anything they buy, they just don't tamper with it. If any problem, warudishe within the 6 months period.
Yeah. And if you feel like unataka kukuja utest product kwa shop, we kuja check it out. Kuna wale hadi wana prefer kuja na technician wake akuje angalie. Kuna wale kuja hadi na technician angalie ama inaweza ile kazi unataka kufanyia. They just come and confirm and
also I'm sorry siku include swali ya Peters kwa hii swali tuliongelea kuhusu ku upgrade, but Peters was asking which are the kind of machines that can be upgraded in terms of SSD na HDD and the ones that can't.
So for the machines, you can upgrade as much as you can.
Okay.
From the RAM, bora if a laptop have 2 slots the RAM, you can always go overboard and have maybe 16 GB of RAM on both slots. And if a laptop only has 1 slot, inaweza ingia labda 16 peke yake.
Oh.
And if it's the storage, unaweza ongeza as much kama ni 1 TB. Hazina limit. The only thing that you cannot change is the processor. Huwezi toa machine iko na i3 weke ati
Core i7
na.
Oh, okay. Haya, for Paulina's questions, she was asking, which devices would you advise people who have small businesses to use?
So for those who have, let's say, a chemist, a shop, like
mini
Pizza,
shop.
those who have a mini supermarket. Now we have a package you have on the site, whereby you can purchase a desktop and a monitor at a bei hapo 15,000. Utapata a complete set, which we've also bundled it pamoja na kama ni chemist inakujadi na vitu kama receipt printer, the POS setup yenyewe, barcode scanners, kama unahitaji kutolea client receipt, zote ziko hapa kila kitu. And if it's let's say it's a cyber, kama ni cyber machine ziko, kuna zile zenye watu wa cyber wana prefer kitu iko na hadi webcam, kitu kama ni all in one zenye hadi client akikuja anataka kuingia kwa meeting, anataka asihave hadi kubuy webcam kando.
Okay.
So hiyo package yote ndio unasema ni ya 15k ama
from 15,000 ndio utapata.
Sababu hiyo deal nimesikia kaiko tamu sana.
Unasema tamu, umesikia
15K
tunapata
unasema ni
a whole complete unit.
Ama unasema from. Unajua kuna wale watu wanasemanga come buy from 10,000 lakini vitu zote ukiweka zinakuja 70,000. So if you want to have a barcode scanner, a printer, the thermal printer, and do you sell the thermal rolls?
Yeah, we also sell them at 130 per piece.
130 per piece. So you want thermal rolls, thermal printer, and then here unit yote. About how much is it for a small business?
25,000.
25.
Yep.
Well, that's very nice.
That's okay.
That's very nice. Okay, I will ask this one for Johnson's tusimwache nje. He's just a curious viewer. So he was asking, so what happens when I have an old laptop and I want to upgrade it to a better one? Can you guys trade in? Just a curious viewer. Tumsaidie tu, tumjibu nini?
Hiyo hapana.
Akaikae aongeze akuja anunue tu.
Akuje hadi kuna walipa mdogo mdogo kama ni budget. Kuje ekelee pesa, lipe ni flexible. Pata pesa unakuja unalipa.
Johnson's have not been put out. Unaweza lipa step by step. Ukimaliza Cyrus atakupea machine. Okay, great. So nime wrap up watu wetu kwa maswali on this side. I hope sijawacha mtu nje. So over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. I think Cyrus, I don't know what else would you want to. Today's discussion was basically about devices. I think your device masters, online device masters, the slogan is "You need it, we got you." So what would you contribute to the conversation on devices?
So Valentine iko karibu kwa kona. So mbaie wapo wenyu smartwatches, tablets, laptops, bei fiti, hadi headphones. Ingia tu pale kwa site kilakitu.co.ke. You can also download the app on Play Store.
Great.
Good. Thank you so much. I think that was a good discussion with the digital manager kilakitu.co.ke, Bwana Cyrus. Leo discussion yetu yote ilikuwa about devices. Maswali zimeingia kibao kutoka last week on issues to do with, discuss AI, discuss the tech trends, and I think a lot of people have been asking questions about devices. The show is still open. We are going to have a discussion next week. I know you may have questions that may come after the discussion with Cyrus. Ukiwa na hizo maswali, unaweza tutumia kwa social media sites zetu, ama pia kwa hii link hapa kwa comment sections. You can ask your questions, we will pick them and we will sample them next week. But if it is so pressing, you can always visit www.kilakitu.co.ke, engage Cyrus and the whole team, and I'm sure they'll answer you. They say that kila kitu, you need it.
We got
Got
you. We got you.
you.